Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing, and this is a weekend updates video that is so crazy I couldn't even figure out how to put all the parts together, so I'm making some of it live today and some parts were filmed other days. I went to Craft Warehouse in Vancouver, Washington. It is my favorite craft warehouse, and I'm showing you what's in the clearance bin, so that if you're anywhere in Oregon or Washington, you might want to pop in and look. I don't know if gnomes are going to be in style next year for Thanksgiving, but they are cute, so if you're excited, go get them. That's a cute paper collection for $10. And then the plant lady, I couldn't remember if I had this, but if I don't already have it, I know I didn't need it. And that one's $8. But it does have some really cute papers in it that would work for all sorts of things. So it was fun for that. And then the gnome one, if you look at it really careful, it has sunflowers and stuff. So you don't have to just use it for Thanksgiving. This is the photo play You Had Me at Paper collection. It's for us crafters. There were also some end caps with some clearance. I can't remember if it was stamps or ephemera that went with that too. Then some baby chipboard, just a few random things that might not be in all stores, but the gnomes and the winter paper, and they had a ton of those, so I would guess that they might have them in the other stores too. The clearance section at this craft warehouse is always fun. The stamps can be, look at that, it's $1. I'm going to show you another one that's $0.25. All sorts of things in there. You could do Happy Mail. You could put together a birthday gift for a crafter if you remember birthdays. I don't love the fonts on those stamps, and I don't use a lot of stamps, so I didn't pick them up. I have to use the ones I have. Then I found this one, Merry Woofmas. It's $0.25. I already have a couple of these. I picked them up, and I just think it's ridiculously cute. Dies. I love dies, don't I? They were all what's it called? Your sign, right? Capricorn, Cancer, whatever. There was nothing else in there except for those. So I thought, okay, those don't really meet my needs. There were some 6x6 pads. I resisted. I didn't even look through them. I was a pillar of strength on that. In this video, I'm going to take you to a couple different stores, show you what I've been working on. I didn't have enough footage to make separate shop with me videos, so I just put it together in here, and then I'll show you what I picked up. Look at these stamp sets. Again, I was resisting. I thought $8 for the Hello Autumn stamp set in March was still kind of high, but maybe that's just me. Then some cute little people, some mustaches. I don't need that. Here's the tiny attacher for $12. I don't know how much it's worth to you. I picked mine up at the amazing garage sale or estate sale for $1. Here I'm showing you what I did pick up. This entire collection is on sale at Craft Warehouse. Oh my gosh, I forgot to tell you. craftwarehouse.com. They sell online now, and this Simple Stories collection is on sale. They didn't used to sell online, and someone asked me that before. I also finally remembered to pick up a white Signo pen. Life-changing. My other one was so past its prime. Then I got one piece of the paper because I loved those butterflies. Noni had showed me this collection in the ad, and I tried to resist, but I really, really wanted the butterflies, so I got those. Then my friend took me on a walk when I went to visit her, and remember, I'm vaccinated, so don't worry, I'm still being safe. I'm not spreading the virus. I'm super careful still. And we walked, and we looked at scenery, and look at the ducks. Like, are they fancy? Their neck seems very fancy to me, their markings. And it happened to be right next to Ben Franklin Crafts and Frame Shop. My grandma used to take me to Ben Franklin when I was little, and I loved it. It was like one of my fondest memories. But Ben Franklin's a little different than it used to be, just like everything else. But they carry the brands that I like. They carry Simple Stories and Echo Park and Cartabella, and they have amazing displays. I'm not even going to show you half the stuff that was in this store. This is in the state of Washington. My apologies. It might be Kirkland. I'm not sure if it's technically Kirkland or not. You know, when you're visiting someone and you don't really know the area. I'm sure I asked, but I forgot. Puffy stickers with blue. I think you know how this turns out. I like how they do their store. They mix brands, but they put colors and themes together. So for someone who likes puffy stickers and ephemera, I can just shop the different seasons or themes and pick and choose what I want from the different brands. It's not just a collection and all matchy-matchy. Look at those. Noni, do you see those cherry blossoms? I don't know if we've had those before. And look at all the stickers. But they really do a good job. Like, this is the spring, and put all this stuff together and have a great time. And it's not just one brand. So I like that. There were just tons of different things that were fun. Then, go back. Oh, look at that blue floral washi. I want you to know I resisted, but it was hard. This is a giant display of, I think, Echo Park, right? I think so. And I'm not that into summer collections. Is that weird? I don't know. It's just probably there's a lot of yellow. There's a lot of hot colors. It's just not my jam, I guess you'd say. I do like that floral on the top of that rack there. As far as most of the stuff goes, like that's one of the favorite things that caught my eye. I think I don't camp. Summer is not long here in Oregon. Fall is long, spring is long. Summer, where it's like hot enough for pool parties, we don't have a lot of that. So maybe that's it. I don't know. These Simple Stories ephemera packs caught my eye because I hadn't really seen these before. Maybe you have. And they had this whole end cap of them. And they're hung, what I feel is backwards. So maybe that's why I was confused. And I couldn't really figure out what they were, but they're showing you can take these and put them on a scrapbook page. This section is pink paisley and pink fresh and a little bit different style, right? Kind of bohemian, maybe? Paige Evans uses a lot of color. When I use her collection, sometimes I struggle. I like them, but a lot of color. Look at those. Oh, some Amy Tangerine too. So see how they're mixing the different brands? It gives you ideas when you look through your stash. Maybe you have paper from one thing and you have ephemera from another, and you really just need to look at them and give yourself permission to mix and match. As long as the color palette, it works together, right? I'm not going to put primaries and pastels together and make it work, but a lot of the stuff you would. I love to look at the ephemera, even if I don't necessarily want to buy it. Too much yellow. I couldn't do it. I loved the bees, but I'm not ready to go full yellow. This had navy, so it caught my eye, but a lot of frogs in there. What am I going to do with all those frogs? This one's Photo Play. Very cute. So if you're a frog lover, check out that Photo Play. And just tons and tons of stuff. I'm going to show you a little bit more, and then we're going to move on to something else. There's Cartabella with strawberries. I wasn't familiar with that collection, but I just wanted to check out the strawberries and see what the deal was with that. I love Cartabella paper, but I didn't really see any in there that I had to have. More puffy stickers. The market one, the new farmhouse market, this one I was checking out the stickers from Cartabella. I'm more of a Pacific Northwest, straight and simple. I'm not really a farmhouse, trendy kind of person, so I don't know that stuff appeals to me a lot. Don't get me wrong, I love it when I see it on HGTV or in your house. It's just not something I'm going to do. Bunch of Easter. Tons and tons of Easter and spring. But then there's one collection over here I really wanted you to see just because it was different, because there's so many that are similar. Look at this one. It has all this lavender in it. It's Simple Stories, and it's bunnies and blooms, and it has lavender. So for those of you who are lavender purple lovers, maybe this is the collection that you would want, but you're cutting it close to make Easter cards for sure, right? Maybe you could make Easter scrapbook pages with it. Again, look, ephemera, puffy stickers. Oh, those puffy stickers are a little small for me. I bought a bunch of those thinking I would use them in clusters, and so far I haven't. So hopefully in my spring crafting, you're going to see a bunch of puffy stickers in clusters for ephemera because I have a lot of them. This, it wasn't, if it had been more floral and less Easter phrases, I probably would have picked it up. I looked at the paper pad, but I thought, no, I really like purple. I don't love lavender, but there aren't that many collections with it, so sometimes you just have to go for the lavender. You just make it work, right? Again, more spring. Then these are just other sections in the store. They have them themed by, so there's some Graphic 45 in there and other brands mixed, and then Tim Holtz, but it's not really just Tim. It's kind of vintage fall-y colors and family and history type stuff. And then see, there's some Tim stuff mixed in other places. Joann and the big stores, they don't do that. It's always by brand. It's really great to challenge your brain and mix different brands together and have lots of fun, I think. So this is Ben Franklin Crafts. Ben Franklin gets in a lot of the same products as the Craft Warehouse stores. I think Washington State might be the only place that has Ben Franklin stores left. Look at these washi tapes. This is a pretty formal, I think it's a German company, washi, and they were berries and cherries. Super cute. They don't do like cutesy characters or anything like that. They're all more artistic. This I wanted you to see because in these small stores you have to look. There's a giant collection pack, washi and all, on the bottom shelf. The reason I wanted you to see that collection pack down on the bottom shelf is because in the big box stores we get spoiled with one peg is all the same product. In these independent stores, they're trying to bring in a lot of variety for you. So be sure to really look around. And if you're in some of these smaller stores, don't be shy. Ask the people for help. They will point you in the right direction. That's how they bring in the variety for you, is just fitting it in any way they can. Okay, one of you left me a comment that said I was very restrained when I went to the Salem Friends of Feline thrift store, which moved, oh no, you guys, it's less than a mile from my house. I'm in trouble. It's small, it's independent, it's well done, and it is close. Restraint or not, I went back. So I popped in there today, and today I picked up a pattern because I'm not actually sure that I have more patterns. I had the tiny doll clothes patterns, and I think I may have used that all up. It could be that they're buried in the cupboard of shame. Katie and Noni and Andrea are coming over tomorrow, and I want to do some mixed media messiness, so I thought, okay, I want to have a pattern handy, and I might use the package too. You never know. 25 cents. Look at this. Bow Bunny, $1. Look at that. If you watch my channel, if you were shopping, you would have known I was going to buy this. Like if we were doing a shop with me video and you saw this. Yes. And then look at this. So this item, I don't know, these are pretty new. These items were not there when I was there. Find Your Calm, a thought a day to inspire calm. It's lined paper. They are pretty thin. They're blank on the back, but it's lined paper, and then they have a quote at the bottom. Alone time is when I distance myself from the voices of the world so I can hear my own. That was Oprah. I'll just read you some maybe shorter ones. Oops, maybe not. When adversity strikes, that's when you have to be the most calm. Take a step back, stay strong, stay grounded, and press on. That's LL Cool J. Okay, I wouldn't have expected LL Cool J to be in here. It's just kind of funny. Here's another short one. Take rest. A field that has rested gives a bountiful crop. Ovid. I don't know. Should I know that? I should probably look that up, huh? I don't know. After a storm comes a calm. Matthew Henry. So what I was thinking was these would be cool glued to the back of a decorated tag. So I have some tags where this one I kept the back clean, but I have one I know for sure that I made just this week where the back is really empty. So I could trim this down and then I could glue it on the back. There would be lines. It would have a cute quote. The other thing is I could tear this off and use it in an art journal page. I mean, I have how many of them? 365. I could also just use it as a notepad. Like, say I tear these off, I could use this just to make notes or to-dos. also, it was blue. I don't think that $3 was like the most amazing deal ever, but I didn't really care. I liked it. So I picked up those 3 things today. Then one of you, how wonderful you guys are to me, told me about a new thrift store in my area. Well, new to me. I don't know if it's a new store, but she saw my video and said, hey, you should check out this other store. And it is farther than a mile from my house, but I had a lovely drive on a beautiful sunny day up the highway, and I saw the mountains and the trees. I resisted the urge to stop at the Hosta Gardens. Oh my gosh, if you live near Salem, Oregon, and you are a Hosta fan, you have to go to the Seabright Gardens. I don't know, message me if you need to. It's amazing. It is amazing. And I can do a lot of damage there really quickly. This paper, I paid $2.49 for 2 open reams of paper. Now, the light blue, I think you know why I bought that, right? Purely based on color. It's 20 pound. Just regular, like, printer thickness, I think you would call it. I don't know why this stuff is shorter. Maybe someone trimmed it. Maybe it's not the same. I don't know. But I was kind of wondering, has anybody ever taken dyed paper and tea dyed it? Because I want to see what will happen if I tea dye this and use it in journals. I thought that might be fun. I can use it light blue also for sure. And then this ream, the information isn't on it. So I assumed it's printer paper. Yeah, it is. 2 reams of paper, mostly full, for $2.49, and one of them's light blue. That seemed like a good deal to me. It didn't seem like something that I set out to buy, but once I saw it, I knew I was going to take it home with me, even though I wasn't necessarily looking for it. Now, what I will say about this store is in Woodburn, Oregon. I am so sorry, I can't remember what it's called. It had a floor plan where the clothes were in the middle and the stuff I wanted to see was around the outside. And the staff or other people, I don't know, kept going behind me. I think they were putting stuff out while I was shopping. So it wasn't a comfortable bubble to shop in, really. It definitely wasn't a situation where I could make a video. They had a count for the number of people on the door. I think they stuck to it. There was nothing, according to the rules, I don't think that was wrong. You just couldn't keep your distance from people, and it just wasn't as comfortable. I think also I messed up because I went there Saturday afternoon. I did all my chores. I sprayed my weeds. I think I went Saturday at like 2 o'clock. I mean, that was just dumb. I should have gone first thing or last thing. I've been going to the other thrift store right about 5 o'clock or a little after, so close to closing, close to dinner. So I don't know if I am comparing apples to apples, but because I didn't want to shop in the clothes, I like to look at all the junk. It was tricky because the sections were kind of narrow. Awesome deals. I also think I saw some of her stuff in there because there was more crafty stuff, paint, and other stuff that I looked at and thought, oh, you don't need it. I didn't need this, but I can fit this in the cupboard of shame, so I think it's okay. And some really cool antique stuff. I went and I did those. I think this is going to be really long, but I'm going to show you some more stuff because otherwise you just don't keep up. I did a lot of fun stuff this week. Let me show you how my little dogs turned out. Oh my gosh. So this was from the die that I showed you in updates. This is the paper that I bought to die cut it with. And then I had this coppery, I don't know, I got it at Michael's. It's not gold. It doesn't go with everything, but paper that I thought, okay, I'm going to use it too. So I have some that are shimmer, some that are metallic. Then I cut bones in just a creamy, it has big polka dots, but it doesn't really show. Paper that I had scraps of. These little doggies are cute. I think my tiny die that I picked up was totally worth it. Love those. Noni was playing with a new alphabet die set that she has, and she was making me some joy cutouts. So I have a bunch of these. I think I'm going to play with those for Joy of Blue. Let's talk about storage. You buy something. You're super excited about it. You think, these are so cool. I'm going to use them on everything. You buy 2 packs because you think they're so cool. So you have some that are cream and some that are totally white. They've been sitting in this box like this. They were in here like this for, I don't know, a year. If you're not using something, change the storage. Pull it out. I tried moving this box around on the counter. It didn't work. So I took them all out. I'm going to put them in here. There's no reason the cream and the white have to be separate. I have eyes. If I remember, I'm going to set them out. Maybe Andrea wants to use some of them when we're crafting together. I don't know. The other thing I did was I took one of these Dollar Tree. These are from the tool section. You get them in the tool section and they come with this hanger containers. When I bought mine, I never took these off. And my thought was I could hang them on the wall. So what I did was I'm hanging this on the hooks on my wall. When I was little, I remember my mom used to tell us, apples are on special today. Now, I don't know if I've told you guys this, but what that meant was they need to be eaten. It's time. So I think sometimes in our craft room, we need to do that. We need to find the stuff that's not getting used, but we love it. Like, I don't want to throw these away. I want to use some. I'm happy to share them. Clearly, I have too many. Change things around. Move them. If you have put something in a place that you're not using it, either you have too much stuff. Okay, let's not rule that out. Or you just need to rearrange how you're putting things. Think about it and test it out. I picked up this photo album and I wanted to show you how it turned out and some things that I learned. So first of all, before I started loading it, I should have cut some pages out, just thinned it out. Just like if you were taking an old book and making a junk journal, you have to cut out some of the pages. And then I would have loaded it a little bit logically. Like maybe I would have gone in and said, okay, I'm going to take out 2, skip 4, take out 2. I didn't do that. I filled it up almost all the way, then realized it wasn't going to work. And so then I came back in, I'll find you some, and I used scissors and my little knife. I tried to use this and it worked fine. Everything was cutting out. It was great, but I could see that I was going to mess up and cut too many. So I switched to scissors. Here's one. I took 2 pages out right there. You don't really notice it. It's not that big of a deal. I think it's the same as when you make junk journals. Same thing there. I probably need to take out a few more and rearrange things, but I put tons and tons of tags and ephemera in here so that I can flip through them and see them faster and use them. And also I could grab this and take it to the other room. It's not a big bin to carry around. I would like to know and hear ideas. Do you sort your ephemera by what it is or the color palette? Because what I've been thinking about doing is taking all of the vintage and browns and putting them together, and then all the spring colors. I think it should be by colors because I'm never going to sit down and go, I want to use 15 of these pockets. I want to do a whole journal at once, I think. The other thing is I haven't put on these pockets and stuff like this, I haven't put little sentiments. I get kind of crazy, except for joy. There's always room for more joy, but I don't like to see the same sentiment on different pages of a journal a whole bunch. So when I was making gratefulness journals, I think we had a die that said happy fall. I only put that in an album or a journal one time. I didn't want it to be in a bunch of places. If I use a smile die on one of these, I don't want it to be on a pocket on another page, that same die. Maybe that's a little bit obsessive. I think it's because I want to bring in as much variety and interest into my journals as I can. I don't want them to be like canned and repetitious. I've been working with brads for Smash Our Stash, so I can't show you that. Oh, I want to show you. I showed you what I picked up at Craft Warehouse, but I didn't show you what I got at Ben Franklin. I got the puffy stickers. I had to, didn't I? Look at those. So magical. I would buy like 15 of those sticker alone. And the bluebird and this butterfly go outside. I like these. And then for these, I was working on projects and had brought limited supplies. I was going to show you that, but I didn't do a great job making a video or anything when I packed up. Essentially what I did was I took a bunch of flowers, my sidekick, and brads and glue and a hole punch and scissors. So when I purchased this, I was thinking fussy cutting. Fussy cutting, I was making ephemera and doing the smash our stash with the brads. I purchased this because I loved it and then realized I didn't even have a paper cutter with me. So that's why I haven't cut this down yet. And then here, same thing. I liked that blue bird, so I cut out this bird and fussy cut around it, and I'll do that a bunch more. I think these would be great in journals. I don't usually do this style of journal, I think, but I see one in my future, kind of springy, vintage. It's a little more stylish than I normally do, using stuff from the Simple Stories, Simple Vintage, and some of this. This is Prima. It's the Nature Lover collection, and I picked up Explore More, Where the Birds Meet, and I cut the name off of that one. But I just loved the gold foil in it. Can you see that okay? So every one of these pieces had it. There also was a really neat blue and white one, but by the time I fussy cut, I would have lost too much of the blue because the actual foliage was white. So I didn't pick that one up. I think that is it. I have in the pipeline for you an art journal video that'll come out in a couple days, and it is more about goals and priorities and questioning yourself. I'm not going to tell you the title of it, than art journaling. So even if you're not into art journaling, you should watch that video. It's a good one for anybody. Then I have a video where I'm going to show you my basic gray stash because I want you to help me pick what I should use in the Bringing Back Basic Gray collab. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you're taking good care of yourselves and taking time for crafting and relaxing. Bye-bye.